everyone, Andrew Summers here with another description video for you. This time I have brought along with me yet another redesign. This is my VN4 Scout car and is intended to be a fictional Chinese scout vehicle. And this model saw light of day 6 or 7 years ago, and since then has gone through quite a few significant changes and upgrades. So I'll just take you through some of them here, or rather all of them. On the front, this time around, I added a bumper. Now, on the first model, don't know why I didn't include one of these. Didn't think I needed it. But this go around, I thought it would add a bit more, I don't know, design to the front. So I decided to include one. The construction is fairly simple, just a couple modified plates, some wedges, and then the big modified plate here. I love this piece because the level of just detail is a very simple piece in design, but it adds a lot of detail to a model by just virtue of having just two exposed studs and then a tile section in between. It's one of my favorite pieces for doing bumpers for that exact reason. So I figured it would be great to use on the Scout car here. Now, taken to the top of the model, you can see that I have included a remote weapon station. So the first vehicle did not have a remote station. It was a manned turret, as you can see in the photo above. And because a lot of vehicles in current day are going remote, I decided for this one I would do the same thing. So this is something that's akin to maybe 20-25 millimeter cannon. The gun itself elevates and depresses a little bit, and you could do a full 360 degree rotation. On the side, you now have two missile pods, and on the other side here, you got some sensors and an ammo reserve. And now, the back of this model is really where the biggest changes occurred. I used to be using a design that had a couple of tiles tacked onto the side of it to give it some bulk. But since then, I have omitted those things, and now it's just a much more sleek design overall. And on the very back, I've included a swing gate now. The old design used to have this drop-down panel in the back, but I can imagine in the real world, if you had a spare tire mounted on something that flips downwards, that's not going to be all that fun closing it up. So instead, I went with a swing gate, as you can see here. On the inside, you just have a room for maybe a couple boxes, maybe a minifigure. Not too much room, but just enough so that there's a little cargo compartment in the back. Now, this vehicle does have a counterpart, and by the time I post this, I may or may not have that video up, but I'll show you anyway. This is the Vanguard armored security vehicle. You can see there's a size difference between the two of them. Not really intentional, though I guess you can always make the joke that since it's American, this one's got to be a little bit fatter. But yeah, it's just a nice little counterpart to the vehicle. For the longest time, I have had this VN4, and I decided I needed like an American counterpart. So I came up with the Vanguard here. More on that maybe later or sooner, depending on when that video goes up. Probably later. Hold me to it. But yeah, that's a quick overview of my updated VN4 Scout car. If you'd like instructions, they are on my Rubricable page, and you can find them via the link in the bio. But until the next one, have a good one. Bye.